The arrests and indictments are finally coming. Well, yeah, according to this illustration made by DeFrancer Memes that just perfectly highlighted the situation happening right now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep, as all of those pardons that Joe Biden issued within the last few minutes that made him look absolutely awful, that showed everyone just how corrupted, evil, and vile his rule was, are now being put in question, specifically with Donald Trump saying, I think they're void. What will happen here, as some online influencers like Alex Jones are calling this a major political earthquake that will soon have a lot of people arrested and indicted. Now, this is big news. This is huge here, as now Donald Trump saying that all the pardons are void and vacant because of a, quote, Autopen. Now, what is an Autopen? It's a device that signs signatures for somebody else, especially if someone isn't capable of signing signatures or competent enough, making, of course, contracts null and void, specifically if they were previously faked. This is a legal argument that Donald Trump is making that soon some judges will be looking at it and interpreting and potentially ruling on the faith of Hunter Biden, Anthony Fauci, and a lot of other individuals, including General Mark Milley and the J6 committee, as Donald Trump is bringing this up for a very specific reason, as there's now videos circulating the internet showing all of these pardons and showing how they are exactly the same with no deviation from all. Now, if you know this, if you sign your own signature, I mean, I look at my checkbook and I'm like, yeah, sometimes the I's a little off. Sometimes I don't even write the K. Sometimes it's just a scribble scrabble. Sometimes I'm just not really kind of even feeling, they're not identical all the time. As the bigger question is here, if Joe Biden wasn't making these decisions, wasn't personally signing off on these pardons, which he has to, if he was forging or someone else was forging these signatures on these executive orders, does that allow them to be actually implicated here? Does that allow them to be actually used here? And does that mean that these people are facing charges, and why Donald Trump is bringing up this specific controversy right now? Because otherwise, it's like, yeah, who really cares? Oh, yeah, he faked the part. Why would you want to be undoing those pardons unless there's a bigger plot here? There's a bigger plan here. And we have an idea to what may lead to. We have a bigger idea to what might be happening here, as of course it could be related to that phone call that he's going to be having with Pooty Poot ever this Tuesday, since those pardons go back to 2014. Something interesting happened in 2014. But before getting into that, here is our, of course, very confident, strong, competent, capable leader who knew exactly what he was doing, here showing you struggling walking in sand. Goodness golly gracious. Really? Really? You're going to tell me this guy was of sound mind? And you're able to void contracts. You're able to void signatures. You're able to void a lot of documents. Are you able to avoid executive orders? And that's going to be a very difficult kind of interpretation that's going to be made here throughout all of this controversy, as it's pretty clear here. There's some significant implications here to now finding out who really was calling out the shots here. I think that's the biggest one, because when you're going to have these court proceedings, this is going to be a major deal. The previous administration, they brought out Donald Trump to all the court proceedings. They charged him. They indicted him. They made him a convicted felon. They made him face 700 years in jail. I think Trump's like, that wasn't nice. That wasn't very presidential. I might have to return the favor. Let's bring in Joe Biden. Joe Biden, this is a big issue here. Did you sign it? And how were you able to sign that? So let's put you here under oath. We need you to testify, Joe Biden. We need you to say that you actually did sign this, or whether or not this was somebody else signing them for you, as you were not of sound mind. What was happening here? So a lot of people are saying this was the Autopen that was used here, highlighting what many people called Barack Obama's third administration. A lot of his key people were there. There was a lot of controversy, specifically when it came to pushing out Joe Biden. But Joe Biden potentially soon will have to go in front of a jury, in front of a judge, swear under oath, put his hand on the Bible, and say, I swear to tell the truth. I tell truth, Jack. Yeah. That's going to be Joe Biden. And again, looking at all of these signatures, it really does look like plain as day they had someone else do it. His signature was very weird also when he declared that he was dropping out of the presidential race here. Now, this is going to disclose a lot of important stuff because it's going to probably unravel the larger role of Dr. Joe Biden. It's going to unravel the role of the bureaucratic deep state that truly was in charge and how Joe Biden was largely a puppet for the establishment. And there's a bigger conversation here to be had here, not just about his plastic surgery, but the many faces of Joe Biden before going down the rabbit hole, specifically when it comes to Putin, that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. We wanted to remind you, sign up to lookunfiltered.com. Yesterday, we had our range day. So much fun. It was a little bit of a hot, humid day, but very challenging, very fun day. It was awesome being able to hang out with you guys as we did something very difficult, as we challenged ourselves, as we, of course, were learning some very important self-defense techniques. I love doing this. I had so much fun just hanging out with the guys. And there were some women that showed up too, of course. But this was so much fun. We're going to do it again. So if you're a member of lukeunfiltered.com and you want to come to one of these self-defense, amazing, incredible, fun classes, sign up to lukeunfiltered.com. And in about 4 weeks, we're going to be doing another training here in South Florida. So much fun. And truly, I'm going to be releasing a video of the training of us just like... It's fun. It's really incredible, and I'm super excited to share that with you guys. So that video coming out later just for members. I released the testimony from some of the members that came out and were speaking about the class that wanted to be on record. So on the Telegram channel are their videos. I'm going to post it on the members' website soon as well. So you could see behind-the-scenes videos of us kind of going at it and training. It's super fun. All on lukeunfiltered.com. So that's going to be another video just for members, only available on lukeunfiltered.com. Sign up. Really great way to build community. And if you're not even a part of the South Florida community here, it's worth traveling to. We're going to try to get these dates as much in advance as possible. And more importantly, you also help us spur on and build and grow this. And it's really important, especially right now with how crazy and turbulent the times are, that this is the moment. This is the time to really take on personal responsibility as best as you can. Now, let's go back to this kind of weird conversation. There's even multiple people online saying there's multiple Joe Bidens. It's not one Joe Biden. There's like 7 or 8 Joe Bidens. Will the Autopen controversy help us figure out that there was clones and fakes of Joe Biden? That's a little bit of a stretch, but maybe. Who the hell knows? As Donald Trump announced on Truth Social a couple minutes ago, the pardons that sleep. He did this on. He did this 12:35 a.m. By the way, the pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden gave the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect. Nice. Because of the fact that they were done by Autopen. In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them. But more importantly, he did not know anything about them. The necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Biden. He knew nothing about them, and the people that did may have committed a crime. Therefore, those on the unselect committee who destroyed and deleted all evidence obtained during their 2-year witch hunt of me and many other innocent people should fully understand that they are subject to investigation at the highest level. The fact is, they were probably responsible for the documents that were signed on their behalf without knowledge or consent of the worst president in the history of the country, Crooked Joe Biden. Sorry, I had to do that. As Trump specifically announced, it's going to be interesting. As you know, a lot of Democrats are, oh my God, I can't believe he's doing this. This is legal lawfare. Donald Trump's like, we're going to let the court decides here. And I think that's an important distinction of what Donald Trump said here. So to follow up on the Biden Autopen, are those executive orders, those pardons from the former president, null and void?
Well, I think so. It's not my decision. That'll be up to a court. But I would say that they're null and void, because I'm sure Biden didn't have any idea that it was taking place. And somebody was using an Autopen to sign off and to give pardons to, as an example, just one example, but the J6 Unselect Committee. They gave pardons with an Autopen. I don't think Biden knew anything about it. And what they did is they deleted and destroyed all of the information that took them over a year to get. And the reason they did that is because the information was very incriminating about them. Like Nancy Pelosi, it was determined conclusively that she knew about 10,000 soldiers and turned it down. And if we used 500 soldiers, you would have had no problem, let alone 10,000. The young lady that said that I grabbed these powerful young Secret Service agents by the neck, okay? You know that was a big hoax. It was a lie. And she admitted it. And they deleted everything. So, you know, what they did is criminal.
Yep, as Donald Trump probably will be going after some big people soon with his DOJ, as Dan Bongino just officially joined the FBI as deputy director today. And it's going to be interesting to see what's going to be happening here. As Donald Trump is promising the Epstein files once again. A lot of people are a little pessimistic on that one. We'll get in. I'm going to do another video right after this one just about that topic and about Trump's comments. So stay tuned for that specifically here. But Newsweek is trying to say that this is just MAGA anger over this pen controversy. Again, they're not showing these signatures. When you show these signatures, you have a good argument to make here. There's a reason the corporate media isn't showing those signatures there. And they're saying, oh, Trump's just being all crazy and wonky. Oh, look what he just posted on Truth Social. No, you got to show the signatures all coming together, being exactly the same as Donald Trump also posted this on Truth Social, which is pretty funny. And it's showing the recent presidents of the United States, showing him all the way back in 2017, showing the Autopen at work here, signing Joe Biden, and then showing him in present day. Now, Trump is going to have a very interesting conversation with Putin. I'm going to do another video about this later on today. Subscribe, click the notification button. Again, I'm working my butt off here. There's so much news to break down. There's an ether. There's something in the spirit, right? There's something in the energetic kind of vortexes out there that's like breathing life into this kind of realm that I can't stop documenting and talking about. Subscribe, click the notification button, because I am on a tear. I'm not taking any days off, and definitely subscribe, click the notification button. Now, Putin's going to have a very interesting conversation with Trump. Will they potentially be discussing the bio lab weapon facilities in Ukraine that was set up in 2014? Some people say because of Hunter Biden. Some people say because of Dr. Fauci. Oh, interesting here. As this private kind of conversation could have Putin come to Trump and be like, hey, guys, I got more dirt on Dr. Fauci. I got more dirt on Hunter Biden. And as we know, a top general in the Russian army, by the way, was assassinated by the Ukrainians in his home in Moscow after, of course, he was speaking out against these lab facilities in Ukraine, which Putin has previously talked about as well, being a major threat against his country, specifically with the larger biological warfare that has been going on here, that even the New York Times admitted was a direct byproduct of Dr. Fauci and the CIA and Echo Health Alliance and Peter Daszak and all these other big players. As the New York Times says, yeah, we kind of lied to you guys. We were badly misled about 2021. Yeah, if only there was independent media that was calling them out at the same time. We were. There's a shift here happening here, and we saw that specifically with Batiar Ugar Sargon, who was on the Bill Maher show, describing the kind of popular mandate that Trump has had with former leftists and former liberals like herself that have created this kind of larger momentum, as now there's bigger questions about Hunter Biden, his laptop, larger questions about Dr. Fauci, larger questions about potentially James Comey also going down What will be happening from here? Well, I'm getting out the popcorn because with the way that Trump is acting, there's no Autopen here. There's pure redemption. There's a pure rage for revenge. As raiding someone's home, threatening 700 years in jail for them, almost sentencing him, convicting him as a convicted felon, taking away his privileges to even defend himself. Are you freaking kidding me? People don't forget that, especially when you take shots at them. And I think Trump, when he's looking into all these other JFK files, which he's promising, he's saying the JFK files will be bigger than the Epstein files. We'll tell you, again, I'm doing another video right now. Subscribe, click the notification button. We got a lot more content coming here your way on youtube.com/wearechange. Come out to the next range day. So much fun. Man, I feel fulfilled through meeting some of you guys. Sign up right now and go into the Telegram chat so you guys could see what we're talking about in there. And then you guys get to ask us questions too. Ask me a question and I will send me a video. If you ask me a question, I'll play it here on these particular videos just for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.